Hey, welcome to the vlog. Look, I'm actually doing one. I'm actually even gonna cook something, but we'll get to all that in a minute. If you've never seen one of these vlogs, sometimes they can get long, sometimes they can be very random. They're always very random. So I always time code these things because not everything I'm gonna do in here is for everybody. Or maybe you wanna watch it over multiple days, it's easier to find your spot, or maybe you just wanna jump around to the stuff you're really excited about, like finding out, although you won't know till next week, if I actually do get a haircut tomorrow. I haven't had a haircut since before the wedding, man. Way overdue. So I do time code it. You'll see gaps in the timeline down there. Those are chapter stops. You can open the description. You'll see a big list of blue numbers. It'll tell you what everything is. Jump around to whatever you like, because today we are gonna cook something. It's actually vegan. I'm gonna try that. We'll see how it goes. I've been promising to make something vegan for a long time. I think this will be pretty tasty. And honestly, too, it should be fairly low in calorie, which is what I could use. I've had a lot of very heavy not vegan foods lately. Not that I eat vegan regularly. I got no problems with it. You know, sometimes vegan food's delicious, but I'm gonna give you a music update. I'm gonna show you, I got something new. It's really cool. Kind of get you on the plan of what we're doing with the music some more. Mary and I haven't really watched movies. I've been so busy making the album, but we'll try to review something for you. We've been watching some stuff. And, you know, I'll just kind of give you an update of things and all that. So anyways, this is gonna take maybe about an hour. So I wanna get cooking. It is 6:26 on January 18th, 2022. Let's make this thing. All right, so again, like I said, I was initially going to make a vegan burger, and then I saw it's like a 3-day process, like 100 ingredients. So I thought for my first actual attempt at vegan cooking, I want to do something a little bit simpler, and I'm even simplifying it further because again, I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing it because I know y'all like it too, and you may not always get cooking segments anymore. But I'm gonna simplify this a little bit more. So we're gonna make basically roasted cauliflower tacos. Now, the one thing I was gonna do that I'm not now is I was gonna make my own tortillas from scratch. I've not gotten around to doing that before. I have the masa, we have water, and I have a tortilla press. So it should be doable, but we're not gonna do that. I am gonna use my just store-bought tortillas, white corn tortillas, of course, which I think should still be vegan, unless they put something in it to sell it in stores. So, you know, but again, if you're gonna be a vegan, make your own or whatever, just make sure it is what it is. So, relatively simple. I'm cheating. It says grab a medium head of cauliflower and pull out the florets. Well, you know what? I'm gonna use this bag. I'm gonna break some of these up and maybe not throw the crumbles in there, or maybe I will, who knows. We're gonna mix that in. We're gonna use a blender. All I really have is a NutriBullet. I don't have a proper blender. I've got this chipotle pepper hot sauce. That's what it says. You could probably use any hot sauce. And again, if you're keeping it vegan, make sure your sauce is vegan. I'm gonna look through here. Water, vinegar, chipotle pepper, organic jalapeno puree, vinegar, salt, cane sugar, salt, chili pepper, garlic powder, chipotle pepper powder, hickory smoke type flavor, and xanthan gum. Now, I don't know if I guess xanthan gum's vegan. And then we're supposed to use some almond milk for the dredging. I really wish I could have got a smaller one. I've never actually had almond milk though, so I am kind of curious what it tastes like, although I'm not necessarily tasting it here. So we're gonna mix those two things together in a blender, and then we're going to toss our cauliflower in there, and then we're gonna use panko breadcrumbs and flaxseed meal. This recipe was a little confusing. In the ingredients, it called for flaxseed. In the description of the recipe, it says use flaxseed meal. So that's what I'm doing. We're hoping we're right. And then we've just got some garlic powder and some ground cumin for seasoning. And then you put whatever you want in there. So I'll chop up some cilantro. I still have some pickled red onions, or I can throw hot sauce on there, whatever. So that's the plan. Mostly easy. Maybe a little inconvenient. Because it's not super easy, barely. Okay, so am I doing that first? You know what, no, let's do the dry ingredients first. Just so everything's ready. Oh, and I have my oven preheating to 425, baking sheet with parchment paper, and we'll of course heat these tortillas up once we get a little bit further down the road. So it says to mix it in a glass bowl too. I don't know if that really makes a difference. It might, you know, because I was gonna use a metal bowl, and then I'm like, well, that could be some kind of acidity thing with the milk. I don't know. I haven't quite learned that yet. But again, too, I still love cooking. I'm still intending to cook. I'm still working on that hot dog cookbook. But a lot of that stuff just may take a little longer now because, like I said, my true joy, my true passion, what I should have been doing with my entire life is songwriting. So I'm glad that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so let me dig out my recipe. Cut from here to open. Get some fresh panko up in this piece. My other panko's fairly old. I mean, it was still workable, but you know, let's get the good. Mary should be home fairly soon too. She's off working out grocery shopping. Okay. So, dry ingredients: breadcrumbs, flax meal, cumin, and onion or garlic powder. So what do we want? Fuck off, telemarketer. All right, half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. I think, is this bowl gonna be, yeah, because again, we're gonna dip all these and I thought I'd keep it a little deeper that way. So let's get in here with the panko. Can I dip this in there? Yeah, all right. I'm sure this doesn't have to be super precise either, because this really doesn't look like it's gonna make enough. Oh, I'm just gonna put a little extra in there, because I didn't quite fill that up. I don't know, man, that's not gonna coat a whole hell of a lot of this, so we'll see how that goes. We'll keep that on standby. 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed. That is hopefully actually supposed to be meal. Let's get these tablespoons up in here. Oh, Jesus, Mary just startled me.
Hi.
Hello, Mary. She sure knows gal knows how to make an entrance.
Hi, Alan.
Stir this up.
Did you miss Mommy?
Yeah, because Mommy would have fed us on time.
That's not entirely true either. Mommy has her moments.
There's Napoleon.
Alright, so...
Yeah, I miss him too.
So that should be that, but again, we'll keep this on the side, because we may need more of that. Let's see, so then we want... Oh, I should have waited to mix, dumbass.
Do we have mail yet?
There was none today. I mean, it ran, but we didn't get anything.
Okay.
2 teaspoons of cumin and a teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're gonna finish off this one here.
Now you do know there's like more cumin, right?
Yeah, I know. I've already found the extra because this one on the amazing spice rack was almost empty. She's on me because I accidentally, without looking, did buy like 18 bottles of cumin over time, thinking we didn't have any. Okay, maybe not 18, but still
A lot.
a lot. Ooh, break that up. Oh shite. Okay, we'll go a little light on the. This is the 2 steep. Yeah, we'll go a little light on the other one. There we go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And a teaspoon of the garlic powder. Nope. Dang it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, if I like this recipe, I will likely redo it, but I'll use a hot sauce that's more my liking if it's for me, or, you know, maybe like a Valentina or something if I'm trying to keep it a little lighter or a little cooler for normies. Or, you know, one of Otter's hot sauces. Man, he sent me home with he's overstocked on all the hot sauces he's made over there at Azure, and he sent me home with like a awesome thing of it recently, and I was like, heck yeah, brother. Okay. So, that's the dry. What?
Talking to the cat.
Okay, that's the dry. Let's mix up the wets. And I don't know why it went in a blender. I guess just really, it's really blended. It seems like a whisking would do, but I don't know. Since I've never done this, I'm gonna play by the rules. Oh, guess who also cleaned out the upper cheese meat drawer thing?
What?
Yeah.
How much did you end up throwing away?
You can see there's a few packs of half-eaten cheeses in there that are it's a very stale big tortillas. Not too much, but there was a reasonable amount of stuff in there.
And I kept like going like, okay, what needs to be eaten out here?
Let's see. So 1 tablespoon of chipotle pepper sauce. So it's not even really going to be all that.
Okay, guys, there's stuff in there, but it's for Mama.
Oh, I should. Yeah, let's get rid of this stupid drip lid.
They say, we smell chicken!
Yeah, little heaping, but you know, nothing too cray. And the oven is preheated. Preheated. Preheat the oven. And then half a cup of almond milk or other non-dairy milk, water, or broth. I just thought, well, I'll go with the milk. Although if I really thought about it, I think the milk's a better choice. But I guess I could have just done water and been done with it and not bought this giant thing that I'll probably waste most of.
Waste most of what?
Unless it's really good. Have you ever had almond milk?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe I have.
I think I might have. I was unimpressed.
I mean, I love almonds though, so.
Because if it is what I think it is, I think I found it to be a little bit on the chalky side.
Okay. Well, you're really gonna love it mixed with chipotle pepper sauce.
Well, I think it's one of those things that it could be fine mixed with other things, just on its own. Eh.
Right.
So are we making a vegetarian?
Yeah, this is vegan. Vegan roasted cauliflower tacos.
Good. Those are not going to go to waste.
No. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to eat these. It's not going to be super spicy.
Yeah.
Unless you put something super spicy on it. I should move the camera so they can see this.
That bad cauliflower is not cheap.
Oh, I know. All right, so this is because my electric's over here. Okay, kids, there's going to be a loud noise. Maybe Daddy can put this in the thing right. Wait, why is it not?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, loud noise. Pulled it up a little bit much there. All right. So, so let's go ahead and deal with the cauliflower florets first. You know what? We're gonna put the whole thing in here, and I'll just tear out some of the bigger parts. We'll go through it.
Hi.
Because that is one thing. If you were to do your own, if you actually pull them off the head, you get them the size you want right out the gate. Obviously, something like this you aren't going to want in a taco. Wait, I didn't bring the camera back over. I'm glad I thought about that. So, oh, they caught that. Something like this you don't want to put in a taco. So yeah, you know, break it up into like bite-sized pieces. Try not to explode it everywhere. I mean, I don't know. Does it shrink up? Maybe it shrinks up some while it's roasting. I've never roasted cauliflower either. It's something I've wanted to do for a while because I love a good roasted cauliflower. Again, Azur has a really nice one. Also, too, I don't want to have too many pieces because I'm going to have to like hand coat each of these. So. Okay. This is definitely going to be the part that takes a while.
I guess I will do this over at the table.
Oh, actually, I am done over there if you want to unplug my thing and move my stuff. I have it all done.
And so you will not need this area anymore tonight?
Correct.
Okay.
I mostly only needed it to blend this stuff up. So worst case, I'll have to plug that back in and reblend it. But Ooh, you know them butt touches on camera, girl. I don't mind.
Not unless they can see through your body.
I don't know. Were you looking at the camera? It is the X-ray camera. I have it in X-ray mode.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, no. I know y'all got your din down, so there's no fooling mama.
Mm-hmm. Daddy fed you. He knows what's up. Let me get under here and find some of these hiding bigger pieces down here. In hindsight, this might have just been easier to just grab the head and actually do it. That's what she said. Sorry, I've when I need random background TV lately, I've been because I don't know if we mentioned, but we moved over to DirecTV streaming app. And my God, we got our cable and internet bill. We had cable, home phone, internet, like almost the top tier cable package, and like a bunch of DVRs and stuff. And our cable bill had been like $218 a month for a while for me to watch Food Network. And but now I don't pay for cable because my dad switched to, and I just use his stream account because you're allowed to do that. It's not tied to your Wi-Fi, so we both got rid of cable. I mean, we both got our bills down substantially. Like our bill's down to like $75 now. Because we still have like real top tier internet, you know. Okay, so at this point, I believe we're supposed to just coat this with the milk somehow. So we're gonna go into glove mode here in just a second. Preheat the oven, combine the chipotle and non-dairy milk in a blender. In a large bowl, toss the chipotle mixture and cauliflower. In a small bowl, mix the breadcrumbs and flax meal if using. Cumin, onion, and or garlic powder. Dip each cauliflower floret into the breadcrumbs to coat. Place on a large baking sheet lined with parchment paper or a silicone mat. Then we're gonna roast it for a little while. Okay, so ring off. Gloves on just makes this easier for me. And all right, yeah, it looks like it stayed combined. Okay, just. All right, this part may get a little boring. Well, you know, surprisingly, this little amount of milk is doing the right thing. And I thought about getting a different bowl, but I'm glad I didn't, because this is about perfect. I was like, do I really want to get the step ladder out and move all that crap? But luckily, where we had reorganized it recently, I didn't have to move that much crap to get to these.
Your steel bowls are still in the laundry room and need to be put away.
Got a little, that's fine. We'll do what?
Your steel bowls are still in the laundry room and need to get put away though.
Oh, I forgot about them. All right. So now let's just get to doing this. Just set it all out, I guess. Make as much as we can. Well, you know, I mean, this might actually be the right amount of stuff. I don't know. Because I guess the idea is you're not really covering every single part of it. It's not like you're like frying chicken. You just want to have some of this on there for a little bit of crispiness. I'm kind of excited about this, actually. I mean, sure, I would rather be working on my EP. But honestly, today I'm at a place, I mean, I guess we'll talk more about all that later, but I'm in a place where I can stand to take a day away from it, you know, just kind of give myself a chance to rethink it and start seeing the forest instead of the trees again. I'm in the lyric writing mode, which is actually going really well. But, you know, I want to make sure, again, these songs are so good that are coming up, and I'm so proud. They're some of the best songs I've ever written. And I just want to make sure the lyric quality is also some of the best I've ever done. So I'm really going to kind of go over it with a fine-tooth comb now is the plan. Oh, is that Jack getting the door? I thought that was Mary coming back out. Yeah, this part's, I don't mind dredging if I'm gonna like dredge like 8 pieces of chicken or something, but man, doing this to all these little cauliflower florets is just like, wow, this is a bit of a pain in the butt. Can I start going multi-handed? Let's start going multi-handed. Maybe that'll work better too. I don't know. This might have been that might be a mistake. I might be doing the haste makes waste situation here. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty good. I got a good feeling. I'm gonna toss this up again a little bit too, because I can see there's some liquid left in the bottom down there. I feel like it's mostly picking up flaxseed, not really picking up a lot of panko though. Oh. And yeah, again, you like I talk about. I mean, I've got nothing against vegans. I got nothing against vegetarians. All that stuff. You know, it's just I eat all kinds of stuff. I mean, you know, my favorite food in the world is probably filet mignon. You know, nice and super seasoned with a real crispy sear on the outside, super salty. Doesn't really need much more than that, although a hollandaise on there can be really nice. Usually get that served with some nice, like, steamed, really well-seasoned asparagus or grilled asparagus. Actually, I think I like, yeah, grilled a little bit more than steamed, but... And, you know, a little glass of red wine with that, and, well, who are we kidding? Little? Big glass of red wine with that. That is probably my favorite food in the world. Second favorite food in the world is going to be pasta, but it gets tricky saying what pasta, because it's like all pasta, you know? Carbonara, Alfredo, marinara, arrabbiata, cacio e pepe. And, you know, burgers are way up there. Pizza, all kinds of pizza. Obviously, I am a fan of hot dogs and chili dogs more than I used to be because all the craziness I've been creating. What else do I like? Oh, but at the same time, I love a good salad. You know, like a really tasty salad with like a honey mustard or a nice weird vinaigrette. I had a garlic brown sugar vinaigrette on a warm salad at dessert the other day. It had like fried potatoes in it and kale and lots of crumbled bacon. Oh my god, it was heaven. What are some of your favorite foods out there in Eaton Land? By the way, I almost made mushroom and Swiss burgers tonight, but I thought, well, you know what? I don't mind doing this. Let's do something at least a little more adventurous. Plus, my Kroger was out of Angus beef, and it's like, I have to do it with regular ground beef. Ew. I'm kidding. I'm being a snob. I'm not that upset about it. Oh, and of course, you know, I love a good chicken wing, but I'm usually lazy and just do chicken nuggets instead. Nuggies! Mary heard me from the other room. I'm just trying to think about what other foods I really like. Oh my god, I have been craving for 3 or 4 days like a thin crust Hawaiian pizza and a thin crust barbecue pizza. And the other day, Mary and I broke over and we did it, and it was Domino's. And again, depending on where you live, either Domino's is always crazy, it's always great, whatever. And depending on where we are, it just really depends. It's roulette. But my God, these came so perfect and so hit the spot. Yes, ma'am. That I've never had a craving get so well satisfied in a long time. I like chicken, but you know, it's probably more, I mean, I can go with all kinds of chicken. I wouldn't call grilled chicken my favorite, but you know, depending on what you're doing with it, sure. Pork chops are all right. So you can get down with that. Occasional hot brown. Oh, Mary's working some chicken. She's going to show y'all. Okay, please. No, you're fine. I just don't. I was being like,
get in your...
don't make my vegan meal. Like, if there was ever to happen, of all the reasons, it would be hilarious if it was this one.
Yeah, I like to get the roasted chicken from Costco and eat the drumsticks when I get home. Okay, I'm going to move that chair.
Oh yeah, you got a Jicky Jack up in your grill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well that translated to camera, but that vibrated the crap out of stuff.
But yeah, eat the drumsticks when I get home, and then you know, clean up break down the carcass. So I have my dark meat for later meals, and I use the breast meat for making lunches.
There you go. Ooh, ramen should be in my list of great foods I love, by the way. Sorry, random, but... And sushi. Well, rolls. I'm not a huge raw sushi. Well, I I guess sometimes rolls have raw in it, but sashimi. I'm not big on sashimi.
Or nigiri.
Oh, I like onigiri, but not. Ooh, but you start talking about karage, which I do now have a recipe for. That'll be fun.
Is that in the cookbook I gave you?
Yeah, it's in the Ghibli one. So eventually we'll get to that. Well, I'm actually going to get a lot more of this.
Remember that time in Vegas when we stopped at that ramen place?
Yeah, that. Wish off the top of my head I can remember what it was called. It was really good. And it was rainy and we were getting hangry and miserable, and my God, it's the best bowl of ramen ever, and their karage was amazing. And then since Mary's eating, I'll tell it. She was like, what if you dipped your karage in your ramen? And I was like, what? And I did it, and then I could smell colors. I traveled the Rainbow Road that day, my friends. And then it turns out one of our favorite local sushi and ramen joints, Sam Sushi, they actually have a karage ramen bowl, and it is delightful. Although I love their spicy kimchi ramen bowl is my favorite. My dad finally went out there and had it, and he was raving about it. It's like, we've been telling you.
Oh, they finally opened up the dining room again.
Yeah, that helps.
Because during the pandemic, they have full-on built a wall about 10 feet within the store.
So you could still like walk up to a glass window and get food.
Yeah.
And then eventually they opened it up to like there was a sort of not quite outside, not quite inside where you had like two okay, well, I thought there was less than that to begin with, but yeah, I'm starting to run out of room here. It's all right. I think I'm about to have plenty of this.
The last time they were there, they were showing like aerial footage of castles in Europe on the TV. I'm like, that's an interesting choice for a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, and it was weirdly quiet, like because we weren't getting audio from it or something, and like it was just you could hear everything with everybody's conversations. But you know what? It's worth it, and that's when we all went and watched Babylon, which was fantastic. And I still can't believe the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
Which, again, great movie. But, really? Yeah, we're definitely getting close here to what I am capable of working with. Then we'll put it in the oven for 20-25 minutes. And while that's doing, I'll chop me up some cilantro. I did have a really cool idea. I just remembered that I had intended to do for this, but I would have had to have started it yesterday. And I didn't know I'd be doing this. But you know, I make the pickled red onions from Trejo's Tacos book. And I love those. That's what we're going to be working with today. I had the idea of what if I bought the coleslaw mix and then mixed that with some sliced red onions and pickled it that way to make like a little pickled slaw. And I was like, oh, that'd be really good on this.
Coleslaw mix in there.
I do. I'm saying I have the stuff for it, but I didn't know I was going to be doing this because it has to like sit overnight to really pickle, you know? I was like, bummer. Although I guess I could maybe think up something to put on here, though. What immediately came to mind is like I could mix some mayo and sriracha. I was like, that's not vegan.
Unless you have vegan mayo.
I do not, and I have not bothered to learn how to make it yet because I'm still only recently getting used to the fact that I like mayo raw, but I'm still, because I was just so long in my life weirded out by it, I'm still a little weirded out by it. I think a lot of my stuff is not wanting to stick much anymore because it's gotten so wet. But I'm almost out of room on this thing anyways, so.
Just go and start sprinkling it on.
Actually, that's what I was about to do. I was like, I'll just kind of use the rest of this that way since I can't turn this into a Cajun biscuit.
Do you still have that spices somewhere?
Yeah,
Mix?
yeah, I do. Because again, that spice mix will last a while, and I'll either make more of the Cajun biscuit with it, or I'll use it to actually make another Nashville hot dog, because that was such a good hot dog.
Excuse me, please.
Okay, I think we about got this where we're getting it. I got a little more room over here. Jacky Jack, be a good boy.
And we're a couple of drumsticks tasty, but not the most satisfying thing. I would probably have room to try one of your tacos.
Okay. So extra tortillas.
Oh, how about if we're doing tortillas, are you eating the tortillas?
Yeah, of course.
Do a quesadilla.
That's not vegan. Don't got no vegan cheese. I have the stuff to make it, but I don't have it. It takes a while. Actually, I don't know if I have enough raw cashew to make it. I might. There might be a cup left in there. Oh, I just put a random piece without.
I see. My biggest problem with vegan is that, goddamn, it's labor intensive.
Yeah, that's what I was telling about why I didn't do the vegan cheeseburger. Which I would like to do someday. But, you know, more like maybe I've got a few of my EPs out and I'm more in like, okay, I need to take a break from music and refuel my brain.
Yeah.
Do some other creative endeavor for a little while. So just know that when you do get cooking videos out of me now, it's probably going to be a little bit simplistic or basic for a while. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think we can do much more here, so I wonder if I could just Jack Honey Buns. Why am I calling you Honey Buns? I don't know. Those are the words that came out of my mouth. Jack, my boy.
I'm guessing we need to think about eating through those Chex cereals.
Well, yeah, but also going to do some things with that. I almost decided to do that today. I don't want to tell them because I don't want to get their hopes up yet. But again, that's like a 2-day job, and I don't plan on doing more vlog tomorrow.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is do not raid your Chex Mix.
Please, not yet. Would you mind grabbing that trash? Oh, actually, I can do it. What am I talking about? There we go. Okay. All right. So, hello, Chef Boba. Hey, show them that. Come back and show them. Well, there's the camera, so yeah, there you go. All right, 25 minutes. Okay. Okay, what are you doing?
I need to get some stuff. I'll wait till you get it.
Yes, please let me get this in the oven because this is the part I gotta wait for. So, all right, and we're in. Echo. Set timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
Okay.
When you see the bell icon on the home
Echo,
screen,
go home. So I'm guessing that was the avatar thing working.
Yeah.
That I have never seen work until just right then.
Fine.
Good. I gotta open the dishwasher though. Try to clean my mess here real quick because we gotta. One of those days where Ray has to go in the office, so I gotta have her coffee pot ready early. So she can make it before bed.
Set it up before bed.
So that way she has time to come find out I just passed out on my couch and left all my doors open and all my lights on and wake me up and tell me to get in bed. Very sweetly. That may have happened.
It was kind of adorable.
Yeah. Mostly because she made it adorable. Okay.
Sometimes you need to go to sleep in your bed.
Yeah. I did. I asked her to close the doors and I sat there for a few more hours. Slept there for.
Why? Why?
Because as you may have noticed, I was humped. I was not getting up.
How did you end up sleeping overall?
Pretty well, and I got like maybe 8-9 hours.
I'm jealous.
I know, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make you jelly. Okay, so it's the only other thing right now. Yeah. Kind of clean as I go here. Okay, watch behind you. I'm going to have to open this all the way for a minute.
Okay.
Just don't back
I'm
up.
not really planning on moving, so.
Okay. Sorry, cauliflower, I can't have all of you. It's all coated in milk and stuff. I'm thinking it's not compostable.
Well, almond milk.
Well, too late. But there's also chipotle chili pepper sauce in there. Okay, so we got that. Let me clean my workspace a little bit more. And that way we can start working some cilantro. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my clean as you go. That's what I have learned to say in my life. It took me forever to figure out where this was.
Where,
Because it's just such an unusual ingredient that's hiding out back there on me. The chipotle chili sauce. Okay.
I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I might have given up and just been like, screw it, we're going to Tapatio, or Tapatio, I should say. All right. I gotta figure out a cocktail. There may or may not be a cocktail in this, because I have not given any thought to what it would be today. Just FYI.
I have got to get me some bourbon because I've got some bourbon cocktail recipes that I wouldn't be, that I would be willing to try.
Well, we got that cheap ass bourbon. And Dad's got that Maker's Mark he doesn't want.
Yeah, Makers would be fine. Or is it like one of the commemorative bottles?
No, it was just a regular bottle. My only hesitance is like the people that bought it and were using it, they may have been drinking it straight from the bottle. So I don't know. I mean, it was so many years ago, I don't remember, so.
Was it for DMN?
No, this was like well before I knew you. This was in the girl scene era.
Okay, so I have just found out something. Apparently, whiskey doesn't go bad per se, but it does degrade.
Ah.
Once you've opened the bottle, it can oxidize.
Ah.
Which can, do a number on like the flavor and whatnot.
That makes sense. Okay, some of the cilantro is close to gone, so we're gonna kind of pick through 2 of these and just get the best of it. Not all of it, some of it's still very green and healthy. Oh, hey, Jiggy Jack. Alright, let's just clean some of this up here. Maybe if I can find where it comes from. There we go. Okay. So, post. Do that. Definitely a few bits of dead leaves in there, actually. I think it was mostly the stems. That might be fine. We'll see, that's fine. Sure.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah. And of course, this is not in the recipe, but if I'm making tacos, I'm having cilantro. The way Abuelita intended. Is that? Say it with reverence. Alright, well, this
Well, who's Abuelita?
Huh?
Well, who's Abuelita?
I don't know. Whoever's the best one is. I'm going to save that. I can still get some work out of that in the future. Oh. Alright, we're at 7:05. That's not bad. Choppity chop chop chop. Just gonna give this a bit of a rough chop. Watch your fingies. Watch your fingies fly off. So you know where they go when you need to take them back to the hospital to get them reattached. Which is absolutely what I want to have happen while I'm in the middle of making songs and playing guitars and
Sarcasm.
Hi, Aaron. You get that sparkle ball? Did you catch that all by yourself, buddy? Good job.
There you go. If you have cats, get them some sparkle balls.
Yeah, what are they called? Pom-poms?
Yeah, pom-poms.
Yeah.
That sparkle.
I mean, sure, it's gonna make a mess in your place and you'll look like, you know, you've been to the strip club all the time, but they do love them. I give Jack a new one today. I think he's already lost it. Under the couch, most likely. All right.
So, just another Wednesday.
Yeah. Just another Sparkle Wednesday. That should be plenty good right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a container because I will likely not eat all this right now. And then I'll have some for later. Whatever else I'd like to do with it. And again, you know, I mean, whatever you want to put in this, just you could put more hot sauce in it. You could hit it with beans or cheese if you're not worried about the vegan.
Chicken for you.
No, okay, cool.
I don't know what else you put in there. I'm just so used to just white onion or pickled red onion, and you know, it's usually white onion and cilantro. I mean, that's your street taco right there, and that's my favorite. I think my favorite taco, by the way, is al pastor, hands down. Then
Now, you actually made that one.
oh yeah, it was really good. We got to do it again, but I got to get the proper tools to do it right. Second is gonna be chorizo. Third is gonna be barbacoa.
Now, what's barbacoa?
It's like a smoked beef. It's like barbecue beef, basically.
Okay.
Kind of a pulled beef or pulled pork. Is it pork? Is it beef? I think it's pork. Yeah, pork. Burrito tacos are pretty good, especially with the queso. But Jesus, talk about caloric. I like the chicharron versions too, like in the verde. That's always pretty good. The carne asada is fine. It's just a rare mood, just kind of a little basic. Not a huge fan of just ground beef, although if you actually have the Oaxaca cheese, like fresh, you know, and you season your beef right and you put it in a crunchy cell and then like you just put a little bit of lettuce and a crap ton of the Oaxaca cheese, that's pretty good. I haven't had one like that in a while, actually, now that I think about it. Oh. Okay. Cilantro, por favor, and now I realize I need to make room for a cutting board here. Watch behind. Dishes is down. Knife is away.
Ta-da.
And
I'm going to have to keep an eye out for the other half of that one. Oh, there it is.
cutting board in.
Okay. Wish me luck that I don't lose any fingers here.
Closed up. Oh, from the kitties. I was like, what are you cutting? I just put the knife away. I do also have some diced white onion that's about to go, so I may have diced white on one and pickled on the other.
Alright.
Alright.
I have to get that clean for you.
And we got about 14 minutes left. Well, 9 to 14 minutes left on the roasting.
Oh, you should see these two. The eyes are so big. Jack, do not take my hand off, please.
And we're gonna heat up the tortillas in a little bit. Yeah, I can't get the camera over there. All right, I got nothing to do for like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna cut here. And that way I can open it up here over Mary's shoulder and watch the feeding frenzy. Oh.
Gimme. Mine. Yay. Please, fuck yeah.
Eva and Aaron don't tend to go too much for the chicken.
But Jack goes hard.
Yep.
Now, I was about to show you all this chicken carcass, but that might be gross. It might be too much for some of y'all.
So you're going like, I don't want to lose a finger. I was giving treats to Aaron the other night and he accidentally got me.
Oh no.
You saw it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, while I got this camera up, let's take a little peek if we can. The oven light is not the strongest. That doesn't show me shit. Let's peek in here. That needs to keep going. That's, yeah, it's definitely gonna need the full time, I think. Those are not looking roasty yet. Okay. Well, I mean, again, all I'm really gonna do after that is we're gonna take a pan on like kind of a medium, maybe low medium heat. I'm just gonna warm these tortillas up 10 seconds on each side, less than that maybe. And then I'll build the taco. So I don't think there's a reason to go back to the main cam. So, because everything else is just putting together tacos and eating them. All right, 25 minutes elapsed. I just pulled a piece out because it could go a little longer. It's pretty tender, but it doesn't look as roasty as I want yet. So I just grabbed this on the fork, and as you can see, I need to give this a minute before I eat it.
Yeah, over in your mouth.
No, I mean, like, look.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it looks pretty interesting. Just trying to move my face out, see if it'll focus on it, but. Oh, actually, that was pretty tender. Yeah. Okay, I'm pulling it. Oh crap. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, it looks good. The little piece I had, I mean, it didn't have a lot of flavor to it, but it was good. I mean, it tastes like cauliflower. So I just threw this on a medium-low. I pulled out a couple of tortillas, so I can do me a couple here to start. I got my pickled red onion out. I got my needs to get tossed white onion. Napoleon's over here. And then I don't know why I sealed my cilantro. But there you go. We'll start with a little white. We'll start with a basic B fudge buckets. I'm gonna end up with more dishes than I have room for because that big old glass bowl takes too much room. Gotta have a plate ready for the prettiness. Yeah, get the crumbs out. Sorry, Mary's still deep in her chicken, so I have to be a little, little one-handy. That's okay. You got a minute, anyways. This is gonna take a little longer, the first one, just because, you know, the pan's still heating. I'm kind of excited though. I have a feeling though I'm gonna want to sauce this. Like, we'll try a basic one, just onion, cilantro, see what we think. And then I'm probably going to put some kind of actual flavorful sauce on here. Yeah, I could see how I would do this a little bit different in the future though. Like, I would season it slightly different. I think it needs more, like it needs cayenne and salt.
Was there no salt in that recipe?
Nope.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, that might be... No. I smelled it burning. That one's coming apart. I may have to do another one. Sometimes the ones first out of the thing are not in the bestest of shapes.
Is this going to be a 2-load night?
No, I mean, I'll just wash more tomorrow because I'm not going to be able to fit all of this, but it's not going to be enough to do a whole second load.
Okay.
All right, it's curling around the edge. Normally I don't flip it more than once, but I don't like that it's like cracking and flaking.
Oh. Are those a little stale too, or?
Probably. Well, they weren't physically stale. They're still soft and moist, but I did grab from the edges, the ends. So I bet you some of the ones more in the middle would be, you know, but whatever, man. You gonna try a piece?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still, I get a little bit of, you said you put some sort of like cayenne in there? Not,
Well, chipotle sauce.
I get a tiny, tiny, tiny hint of that. But yeah, it's mostly the cauliflower.
Dang, man. know what? I'm just gonna eat off that. Get down to a low heat. Oh yeah, take over because I'm gonna need a hand. Let's see. How should I?
I said wait and see. Difficulty level hard. One-handed tortilla making.
I'm also trying to figure out how I want to go
Or
about
taco making.
getting some of that cauliflower.
Uh,
Spoon, I guess.
yeah, maybe. Do you want one of your taco holders?
No, because they don't quite work like that.
I mean, for like after you've actually made your taco.
No.
Okay. Hi.
They tend to get served flat, and then you
Um,
curl them up how you want. That's probably enough for the first one. Let's get a little white onion in there. This is where the flavor town starts happening. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Little cilantro. Mary, technical fail. I don't know how long it was not rolling. You can show the taco.
I accidentally hit Siri.
Which stops the camera for some stupid reason. Not Mary stupid, just bad design. What should we call it? Bad design, whoever. Apple? That's, yeah. I need that. I mean, that's reasonable for a starter street taco. Oh, I should have like a lime wedge.
You're going to cut a lime real fast.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's margaritas. I don't know. Shit. I need.
Yep.
Trying to get to this while it's. Use one of these.
Is it a margarita and overcooked night?
It might be. Sorry, I should probably not do this in haste. Might be dangerous. I get a quick photo. Maybe I should actually stage it from this side though, so you don't see the flaky of the tortilla so bad. Come on, phone. Everything's against me. All right, let's find out what we think.
Okay, are you going to thumbnail?
Oh.
Swipe?
We should mention it sooner.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna make a second one. I'm gonna get the tortilla going.
I'd like one.
Well, I'll get to you. I figure yours is not quite on camera. The lime wedge definitely helped, but yeah, I'm really surprised, now that you mentioned it, that there was no salt in there. I feel like I used a touch of salt at least.
Yeah.
But it's got flavor. It's very subtle flavor. But luckily the onion, cilantro, and lime juice they're really taking a lot of the weight.
Now, and you were saying that none of those were actually called for in the recipe?
Well, it just tells you how to make the cauliflower, and then says fill with whatever your favorite toppings.
Ah, so this.
So it's going street style. But
Oh.
I'm like doing it too. Weird. Usually I get these a little bit more, like get a little brown on them, but since they're flaking out on me, I don't know. Actually, it's not bad. It is growing on me. I'm gonna try this one a little different. And then I'll make Mary one and I'll try to film her thoughts. At least this is relatively pretty freaking low calorie.
Yeah.
By far the tortillas are the most caloric part. Yeah, you could probably get 8 to 12 tacos out of that. That's what it was suggesting you would get. They do have a nice texture, the cauliflower. The flaxseed and the panko give it a pretty nice little bit of a crunch.
I feel like if you were to like refrigerate the leftovers, like heating them up in bulk in the air fryer might be the best way to go about it.
Perhaps. Or we
So
just eat it all. Take the leftover, I don't want a taco, throw it in a bowl, hit it with a bunch of hot sauce, and just... Like a cauliflower rice bowl, essentially, just not quite riced.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with that. All right, round 2.
All right.
A little bit more up top there. All right, let's get this one.
It's like, I ate those drumsticks. It's like, God, I'm still hungry. It's like quesadilla and...
In case of Dia. Nope. Mary, nope. The cats are cute, yes, but I'm building the food. I mean, you've said that this is one of your favorite things sometimes, like with pizzas, is to watch me do stuff like this. So. If Jack was doing something terribly out of the usual, adorable, and you know I'm saying all this, and you know what's going to happen, they're going to be in the comments like, you should have just let her shoot the cat. It's cuter. I'm like, damn it.
He's gonna, I still smell chicken.
See if I can get a little more juice out of this. I didn't quite squeeze it all the way. There we go.
You got a surprisingly large amount of juice out of that.
It's a juicy lime. So let's go. Ooh. Huh? All right, that should give me some options. Okay, try with the pickled red onion.
Better?
Well, yeah, because it's pickled red onion. There's a lot of flavor in pickled red onion, but that is the flavor I've got here.
I guess I'll take mine with the pickled red onion then.
I don't know, it's kind of overpowering. Yeah. I would definitely do a lot of things different in this. But, I mean, it's not terrible. Or it's certainly light, low calorie, vegan. You don't have to worry about animals' feelings or anything, but, you know, fuck them plants. I don't know why people don't talk about that. Like, plants do have feelings too. I don't know, we don't know how sentient or not they are or whatever, but I mean, just going back to the old thing about talking to plants or playing music and those experiments they've done, like, they're living things as well. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did you bite your tongue? Mount, you locked your jaw? Or you popped your jaw?
When I do that, it's almost always because I open my mouth too wide and it hurts there. You're the one that bites your lip and your cheek.
Hey, didn't you bite your cheek the other day?
I did. It happens occasionally. But I'm saying if you're going to guess up with me, the go-to is guess that I open my mouth too wide.
Jack had this look of, can I get up there? Is there something good? You'll be disappointed on this end of the counter, Jack.
That was definitely better. All right, let's make one for Mary. We'll get her thoughts. All right, there you go. Here's Mary's. Tortilla's still flaked up, weirdly. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have another one. Problem is, I'm gonna end up eating too many tortillas. I feel like it's a good diet food. Like, you can make yourself feel like you're eating tacos. Not gonna be 100% satisfactory in that regard.
Yeah, because it's mostly just the onion.
That's what I'm saying. The lime juice, pretty much. A little cilantro, the tortilla. Like, you really don't get.
I feel like
anything
the cauliflower might almost be too done because it mushes so easily.
I probably should have pulled it a little early. I let it go the full 25 because it didn't look like it was roasting, so it might have should have come out at 20.
Because I think it might be better if it had just a tad bit more texture to it.
Bite. Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, I feel like it's getting better the more I eat it. Like, by the time I'm finishing my second one, I'm like, that's pretty good. I can do another one.
I definitely like this onion.
Yeah, well, pick a red onion, man. I mean, come on. Trejo's Tacos edition, too. Just make sure we don't drop cilantro into it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make me one more for fun, and then that's it. We'll be back for more stuff. Okay, since we were very light on dinner, Mary had more calories than I did. Probably. We're gonna taste test a few things we've been sitting on. So I poured my wine, but I ain't drunk none yet. So my palate is still fairly clear. So first, and well, I'll get to it. We're gonna try these bad boys. Hot honey Pringles. Could be interesting. I'm gonna maybe need you to open things though if I'm gonna hold the camera.
Okay.
Oh, and I meant to say.
I'm thinking following that, but that's going to be interesting.
You can palate cleanse. Oh my God, Mary. How? I've never seen that happen. Okay, good. These are not all crushed to hell because I did accidentally knock this can off the counter one day, and I was like, well, that's a can full of crumbs. Don't really smell much other than the normal Pringle smell.
Yeah.
A little flavoring on there. Ah. Immediate touch of sweet on the tongue. Ooh. Ooh, I like that flavor. That sort of honey and processed potato.
It got a little bit of heat. Not sure I'm getting a lot of flavor.
I think it's mostly just kind of a sweet honey. It's not it's not like candy. Oh, I really like these.
Ooh. If that heat's a building heat, though, I probably can't eat very many.
I hope. Oh, I'm finally getting a little. It must be a building heat because I wasn't getting any until just a second.
I got some on my first piece, but no, I think I would rather have my salt and vinegar.
Well, have you had salt and vinegar Pringles? I don't really care for them.
I like them.
I love salt and
I
vinegar.
can't eat very many though because they start tearing up my mouth.
See, like Lay's or something, regular potato chips, love salt and vinegar. But I find most of the normal Pringles flavors to be very lacking and boring. That's why I love these special edition flavors.
Okay, so
Here, you hold this for just a second. Don't hit Siri. I need to palate cleanse. I'd like to do the one I want to do, and then you can go. You think it'd be a better transition, or no?
transition to what?
What do you think would be the better order?
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
All right, so we got a couple of sweet things. One I'm not doing because it's a flavor profile I'm not into. Found this at the checkout.
You have it upside down.
No, I don't.
Oh, sorry. Why is it backwards in the picture? Ugh.
I love you. Well, you gotta look to the camera. I do a good thumbnail. Oh, you actually kissed me.
I don't think I like this.
I like it, but I'm not sure. Oh no, it does taste like cookie a little bit more. So you don't usually like cookie dough, but
I think it's because why it's not hitting for me, because this is artificial flavor cookie dough, which means it's not actual cookie dough.
well, I mean, most candy is not.
Basically, it tastes fake as hell to me.
Well, I'm just going on what it tastes like in general, not what you know, and it works for me.
And I'm going like, it tastes fake to me.
That's fine. I'm just explaining my side.
You can finish it then.
I'm gonna, not on camera. It's another. I don't need that other 100 calories right now. That was a nice dessert right there. At first I thought it just tastes like a Twix, which is great. Twix is, I don't know. It might, I don't know if it's like in 5th place for me, but you know, Twix is at least top 10 somewhere, at least. I don't know that it's top 5. It might be.
I do kind of wonder if Twix is kind of like Greasy Cups and the quality kind of depends on the size. Because you get that chocolate to peanut butter ratio will fluctuate because it's usually about the same amount of chocolate coating.
That's fair.
Or, you know, the same thickness of coating, but it's like the bigger the thing, the less surface area that chocolate cover coats.
You're making sense. I'm following you. Yeah, well, anyways, I actually like that quite a bit. It does taste like there's a little bit of like almost an Oreo flavor going on in there with the flavors of a Twix. So I would get that again. I like it. All right, now for Mary.
All right, one of my Christmas presents.
I told you it was a matcha Christmas, Mary. I got her so many matcha flavored things. Every time I found anything matcha flavored, I'm like, I'm gonna get her that. I'm gonna get her that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I like matcha as much as you think I do.
That's fair.
But I like this. There's a English label on this package that says, this product is not a product authorized by the United States trademark owner for importation and is physically and materially different from the authorized product.
Okay.
It's like, yeah. This is good job.
Good job. Upside down, Mary. Why is it upside down and back?
Because it says good job.
I know. I was just being silly. I was being a jerk. I was giving you the poo-poos. Vegeta is not amused.
I guess that's so you can write in somebody's name.
Oh, yeah.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
I feel like I have black seed like all in my teeth. Oh, she broke it. She broke the candy.
Look at like a single Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. Oh, my arm's getting shaky. There we go.
This has an insanely subtle flavor. Like, I pretty much just taste the wafers.
Interesting.
Everything else is like texture.
Okay. Well, now I got one more thing to taste test. Already knew that'd be good. Barefoot. Although I have started getting, you know, I always did Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. That's my favorite. That's my fancy pants. My cheap is the Barefoot. $5.50 a bottle. It works. But I found this other one. It's like maybe a $10 bottle. You know, Kim Crawford's like 13, 14. This, I really like this now. It's different too. It's a little bit more tart, slightly. So if you're into Sauvignon Blancs and you like the taste I have, and you haven't tried that one, I do firmly recommend it. Okay, that is the taste testing section. Let's see if we can think of anything to review. Okay, I just remembered we did watch, now if you'll notice, Mary, I tried to center the tree so that we could maybe be in the thirds off to the side of the tree. There we go.
Well, you were just far back as I
Well,
was.
because you stepped back and then I stepped back and I thought, no, let me get the frame I want. You dirty, loving cuteness monkey. All right, anyways, Lilo and Stitch 2 are, yeah, a Stitch, what's that one actually called? Lilo and Stitch, not Lilo.
Multipass.
Lilo and Stitch 2. Of course. Stitch has a glitch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as you may know, I didn't grow up with Disney, but before our honeymoon, I watched a crap ton. My favorite is Lilo and Stitch. Absolutely love it. I love that her mom loves Stitch too, so we were giving each other Stitch gifts for Christmas. It was really cute. So we finally sat down and watched part 2, and I liked it just as much as the first one. I mean, it's maybe not as great as the first one, but I enjoyed it as much. You know, it's a little shorter. It's a breezy watch. Lilo is still as cute and just stand up for her selfish as she always is. I love the dynamic of all the characters kind of living together now.
That is probably one of the best parts of like the TV series.
Okay, well, eventually we'll get to that. But that sucker has like 74 episodes. It had like a crap ton of episodes. I was like, whoa.
Jump TV.
Oh, yeah, no, get me on some of that for sure.
But the...
They brought back my Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
I love how the one-eyed, three-legged alien thinks that he can dress up in human clothes and pass.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking at it like, okay.
That was way too much fun, though, man. Way too much fun. And of course, you got the hula competition going on, and that little bratty chick who Lilo. I mean, I don't condone physical. I don't condone physical violence, especially amongst children, but good for her. She's animated. It's fine. It's fine. No one really got hurt. Except maybe it influenced other people. But so yeah, I loved it. There's not really a lot to say. It's pretty straightforward. They had an okay punk cover version of Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride at the end. I could do better. I might someday. I am contemplating if I ever put out a cover album that I could do a Disney song cover album. Or just be kind of funny. We'll see. I'm going to be making a lot of albums, so I have plenty of opportunity. But yeah, I already have literally 7 EPs planned. So at least like 24 songs there amongst those 7 EPs, plus a few extra singles. So that's just in the next 2 years. And that's just from the Eric Butts side. I may make other band type things too. So, but one last thing I'll say is apparently Disney just released a bunch of Blu-ray combo packs that are like Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code, and it's like part 1 and 2 of things. I almost picked up the Lilo and Stitch one, but I was like, well, I already have part 1. I don't want to buy part 1 to get part 2. But they had like the Rescuers 1 and 2, Fox and the Hound 1 and 2. I guess the Aristocrats maybe 1 and 2. They had a few, so those apparently just dropped. So and they were like $13.99 at Best Buy. So if that's something that interests you, I just wanted to throw that out there since we're on the subject.
I'm sitting going, how is there a Fox and the Hound?
I haven't seen it. Don't spoil. I almost picked that one up because I haven't seen it. But then again, I'm in save money for Disney mode, for our anniversary and Joe Bob and all that. So I was a good boy and didn't buy it.
But yeah, Stitch has a glitch. It is remarkably moving at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's just really good. Okay, let's talk about something else.
All right.
Okay, so the only other thing I think that Mary and I have actually watched together, and we're gonna be spoiler free here, is the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power. Mary watched the first 2 episodes. I watched maybe an episode and 25% because I kind of fell asleep through a lot of the first episode. I thought I just dozed a little, and then we saw the recap on episode 2. I was like, oh no, Mary, I slept through a lot. But I kind of caught back up through context clues. I'm just gonna make
I spent a lot of time going, hey, huh? He's like,
yeah. So I'm just gonna make my side of this review brief because I don't have a lot to say about it. I don't know that she does either, but I'm not loving it. I'm not giving up on it. It's not terrible. It's not awful. There's something that is, I haven't put my finger on what it is, but there's something about this that I'm not enjoying. And I just haven't figured that out yet. I mean, I'm going to finish the season and maybe it'll grow on me as we go, but I don't know if it just feels a little too polished or it's a little too, or a little too under polished, or I don't know if it's certain casting, but there's just something that I'm just kind of like, with that show. And Bear McCreary's music's great though, but that's really all I've got for it right now. I think maybe some of it I wish would just get on with it. However, we have gotten to, and this is not a spoiler because you know all the classes are going to be in there, but the dwarf stuff is cool. So, but we're only just
dwarves are always a good time.
Right, exactly. Although
the elves are pretty, but the dwarves party.
And I will say there's a competition, and Mary and I both thought it was going to be a certain type of competition, and it was not. It would have been more fun if it was the other kind. But what do you think about the first couple episodes? I think you're digging it more than I am.
I probably am. I think part of it might be the whole, we've got like, 4, 5, 6 different plot lines going on concurrently.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to really get emotionally invested in any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Galadriel is the main plot line.
Seems to be.
But yeah, it's I feel like this is going to be one of those things that as we go along, plot lines are going to start merging together, and that's when it's going to start getting really interesting.
Yeah, very well, hopefully. Yeah, you're right. I mean, because that's what I said. I'm going to stick with it, because maybe it'll pick up for me.
Because again, I'm enjoying it because I'm loving like there's lots of world building in terms of like like the elf stuff is elfy, the dwarf stuff is dwarfy, the Harfoot stuff is Harfoot. You know, I mean, and then like a lot of detail went into everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's you can see where they spent the money. I mean, it mostly looks gorgeous, but I don't think they did it in the volume like, you know, the new version of green screen where it's projection screen or TV screens. But it has that same slightly off vibe to it to me. So maybe they did. Maybe that's what's, you know, I don't know.
I'm assuming they shot in New Zealand.
You'd assume, but who knows, man? It might be all soundstage. I don't know. I don't know the behind the scenes story, but
Yeah.
But that's about all I really got to say about it.
But there are a lot of times, a few times where so far it's been like, I don't think you thought this through with various characters.
Well, I mean, that's how you get drama.
I
you know,
know.
I mean, strange complaint.
I know, but it's actually kind of funny in some cases. Going like, what do you think is going to happen if you did that?
Okay. You had me a little worried. I think I know some of the things you're thinking of too. I know specifically one that you called out.
Yeah.
Happens in an ocean, if that helps you. Okay.
And where does she keep putting it?
That is something, and this is not a spoiler because you know people have weapons in this, but there is a character in an ocean with a magically appearing and disappearing knife that we don't understand how.
Where are you hiding it?
Yeah. So magic, I guess. You know, I don't know. She got that magic. Mary should know. Gonna get on out of here. All right, I don't know if we got anything else with Mary except maybe the cocktail if I can think one up before the night's over. So she's gonna finish her part of taking out the trash, which is scooping the kitty litter. We've done pretty much everything else except taking out the kitchen trash. I do that at the end of the night. And I'm gonna go prep as much of this footage as I can so I don't have to spend all night editing and I can actually maybe work on my website finally. So, but I got a few more things to talk to you about before we get there. So I'm gonna let her do that. See you in a bit. Okay, so real quick, again, no spoilers, and I'm not going to do this episode by episode, but I just want to talk about The Last of Us, the premiere on HBO. Wow. Had high expectations. They were exceeded. And I know I've seen many people say the same thing, but they have added this like little 3-minute prologue, basically. That is nothing, it's the very beginning of the thing. It's nothing more than two scientists on a talk show and a talk show host. And real science and real talk. And my dad is into all that stuff. Like that's where he used to, you know, he was like an immunologist and all this. Like you'd be amazed how many lives he's saved and how many medicines he's created and how many new ways of thinking in medicine he's been a part of. You know, it's pretty low key, but he was one of the biggest deals in his field for many years. But he was really geeking out about it, especially the first half. And then there's a big reveal about something people don't think about. And like even in that moment, in that scene, you see the audience out there getting chilled by it, and it's like it sent tingles down our spines because, like, oh my god, I've always loved zombie movies. I knew you could never actually have zombies until this thing came along. Because, oh boy, but it's rather terrifying. But then we get into the actual show, which is an incredibly faithful recreation of the game. And I was replaying the PlayStation 5 remaster, but then I got busy with other things. And man, I'm glad I did though. And I wish I had more time to go play more of it, just so I could keep being like, oh yeah, they're getting this just right and that just right. But so much of it is good. Pedro Pascal, transformative in this, phenomenal. So happy to see Diego Luna as Tony, the brother. I love that guy from like Terminator, but especially as Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So. I'm loving it, and it's so faithful, and like there's that big moment in the beginning, if you know, you know, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm gonna have to live through this again, and I did, and it was impactful. And then wow, like the set design, the location, the feel, they're changing just enough to like they're expanding on some things and then shrinking some other things, but it is the most faithful video game adaptation I've ever seen, and it works. And it got me thinking, it's like, why has Hollywood always been like, they always have this mentality of, we're going to adapt this, but we want to do a different story because they already know that story. They played the game. So it's like, isn't the point to like bring the story to other audiences? Just adapt the story. Just give me that story, but in live action, you know, and that way a lot of other people can know the story who never play video games. And I believe that's what they're doing. And from like the trailers of what's coming up, yeah. But they are changing just a little bit here and there, but nothing drastic. Like things that make sense. Like if you're playing the game, there are sections where you're playing and doing something that would be pretty boring as a scene in a TV show. So like just kind of having that all happen and go in a different route, beautifully done. Slightly shifted the time period. Didn't notice, don't care.
Game was originally set in 2013.
If you're gonna talk, you should just come be on camera and tell them.
I found this out. So the game was originally set in 2013, but the show is set in 2003. Don't know why.
Well, you're partially right. It starts in 2003. But
Okay.
anyways.
I'm just gonna go scoop hoops.
No, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for showing me up with your information.
Love you.
I love you too. We love by picking on each other. I love her. But yeah, no, I mean, it's fantastic. Can't wait for the rest. It's going to be a harrowing thing. And if you haven't played the game and you don't know the story, don't worry about it. Some people are like complaining that you should play the game. It's like, no, just enjoy it. And then maybe if you want to play the game, go play the game. But y'all are in for a wild ride. And I can't wait. Like, I'm just like, do this with Resident Evil. Just make that, you know, send my Stars team into the Arclay Mountains and the, I forget what the mansion's called. I just blanked on it. But, you know, just give me that story. And then season 2, you know, you can do Claire and was it Claire in season 2 or was it Jill? No, yeah, it's Claire and Leon, you know, and all that. So just do that. And then a lot of us will be happy because 99% of, since the show aired, the discussion about Last of Us is that it's pretty perfect. Of course, that'll never hold because there's all those people out there like they just can't stand for something to be popular. So that's how they show that they're cool by saying, I don't like the popular thing. It's like, just like what you like, man. You're gonna die someday, man. Enjoy your time. You know what I'm saying? All right, on that note, we'll talk about something else. Okay, let me give you this music update, and then we'll probably wrap up. I gotta show you something too. But so where we're at with the music and the new plan. Again, I'm learning how to do the promotion. I'm setting a promotion plan in action. You know, so I can do lyric videos at the right time, music videos at the right time, try to get playlisted on Spotify, all that kind of stuff. Which again, huge favor to me. I hate to ask this kind of thing, but anytime you're starting a new social media platform, which is essentially what I'm doing on Spotify, it doesn't hurt to like practically beg everybody. So if you can, I've got links everywhere, or you can just look up TheEricButts. I got about 18 songs out there now. It's good stuff, but it's gonna get so much better. But please, I could really use you to follow me on Spotify, you know, play some songs, like some songs. The best thing you can do is playlist some songs, share all this stuff. Even if you like it slightly, or if you just want to support me, I would just so appreciate that because, you know, I spent my whole life making music and then just thinking it was never good enough. Like, I love it, but, you know, I thought the songs were good. And then suddenly I get all these other musicians. And, you know, my dad always told me, but he's my dad, you know, so you can take that with a grain of salt. But then suddenly I start hanging out with actual musicians and bands, and they start checking out my stuff, and they're like, what the hell, dude? You need to be putting this out. This is great. It's like, okay. Boosting my confidence, I'm doing it. So please, I would love for your help. And again, I have had the best time in these last few weeks just writing songs and working lyrics and playing with effects chains. And, you know, my Universal Apollo, I signed up for Spark to get me more things. And I signed up for this music sample library. So I have like a huge set of like horns and world instruments and strings and all that. And now there's like a guitar amp cabinet subscription service I may do too. Anyways, I'm having a blast, getting back into it, playing it, getting things perfect. And I really had a plan to try and get this EP out by like mid-February. And theoretically, I could still do that, but I'm probably gonna rush through some things and then I'm not gonna be able to properly market it. So it does look like the EP is gonna get pushed to somewhere in March, mid to late March, but I'm gonna make sure it's perfect. Like, you know, I really wanna pour over some of these lyrics and change some simple words to something more clever, because, you know, like Mary was suggesting, it's like the way if you could turn a phrase, it'll stick in the head more. You know, it's like, yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna take my time to do that. And Mary EP Part 1 is 4 incredible songs that I am insanely proud of. I'm saying it's kind of cinematic pop punk now. You know, I've done like folk punk and stuff, which I'll still do a lot of that too, but this is very, very cinematic. I mean, I'll give you a hint. It actually, the first single coming off this thing, it starts with kind of a THX logo sound thing. Like, that's how we just get right into it, and then we're just off to the races from there. And it's so, I can't get enough of it. But, so in lieu of that, what I've realized I'm gonna do is I still wanted to get something out in February. So I have this one 6-song EP. I call it 6. It's from 2003. It's really great. I was always proud of that one. It's well played, it's well mixed. So I have the original files, so I'm gonna go back and maybe give it a new remaster, make some better art and all that. And I'm gonna throw that out there because it's on SoundCloud for free right now, which, you know, I may take that down, just a heads up, I may not, I don't know. But you can find that at TheEricButts.com unless I've fixed my website so far. But what it is it's not that I'm trying to make money off that. I'm just gonna put that out there so I have something else to feed the algorithms and feed into my back catalog for hopefully people to discover me through the new stuff. But also, I'd like to have those songs on Spotify. So this is the way to do that. So that's gonna be my plan for kind of more of mid-February release. And then somewhere in March, this perfect, have I told y'all what it's called yet? I don't know if I should. Yeah, fuck it, because I'm definitely committing to this as the title of the EP. It is the Merry EP Part 1. So I'm very, very excited for these love songs. And it's going to be a badass. And I just want to make it perfect, you know? So as perfect as I can, within reason. I'm not going to pour over it for 2 years, you know? At some point, you got to let your baby go. Like Lucas said, somebody said, art is not released, it escapes. But I'm excited about that because it's gonna suck. Like, and I'm actually this weekend I may be starting to do the rough tracks and rough demo versions of the next EP because I went through my phone demos again and I found some things I'm really excited, like I was for these other songs, to write and, you know, make new and fix and from scratch and all that. So it's gonna keep me busy, but also it's gonna kind of suck. It's gonna be a real test of patience for me at one point. Because basically, anytime I release something now, I have to finish it and sit on it for 5 weeks for it all to propagate through the proper systems and have a chance to be looked at and, you know, pre-release planning and all of that. So that's going to be miserable for me, but we'll make it, you know, and then there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out. And I'm just, if you can't tell, I'm terribly excited. And again, with the YouTube thing, I'm still doing it when I can, but some days I miss. I forgot to schedule a trailer for today. I was like, no one's complaining. We'll leave it. It wasn't even a good trailer reaction, so I'll just save that for later. Save me some time. But yeah, so that's that. Now, that being said, you know, I've been playing with synths and all kinds of stuff. And did I show this off? I probably haven't. I guess there's been a couple of additions. Well, I'm going to show you, but originally this EP had 3 songs, and I realized I needed a transition piece between these 2 songs. So I thought about doing this instrumental thing that reminded me of this other band and this other song. I've always wanted to do something like it. But I wanted an electric ukulele to do it. So I managed to convince my pops, because it wasn't terribly expensive, to run out and we grabbed one real fast. And I'm glad we did, because inspiration was there. And that night I wrote this, and I love it. It's adorable. And then I did decide to put words to it. And it might be part of a future medley. I don't know. But it's definitely on this album, and it's really cool. And I'll show you the uke in a minute. And then, you know, was in such a hurry. I realized as I'm starting to do lyrics and stuff again and I'm writing and changing on the fly, I don't really have a good music stand or a good way to do that without like holding my notebook in my hands. So I wanted to get a music stand. So we went out getting a music stand the other day, and I did. And for the longest time, there's been this, you know where this is going, orange hollow body Gretsch that my dad loves. He keeps looking at it. It's like, I love that guitar. I love the guitar. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. There's usually other ones I like more. But I was like, I always joke, you know, if you get it for me, I'll play it, sure. And, you know, again, trying to save money, not spend it so I can go back this year. Wasn't trying to get guitars or whatever. So we went a couple of places. Went to Guitar Center, we saw that. I got my music thing, and I was like, let me go look at Willis music too. Just because I'm looking at things like, what am I not thinking? What is something I could buy that might make my life easier? You know, little things. And we did, and we found some cool guitar straps, which maybe I'll show you as well. And we went ahead and bought those, because I'm always liking straps and changing them out. And then we had to go to dinner, but to go to dinner, we had to pass by Guitar Center. And I joked along the way, it's like, still time to turn in there and get it. And he's like, all right. And he pulls in the lane. I'm like, wait, what? Dude, really? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, but this is on you, right? We're not counting this against going back to Disney. He's like, no, it's fine. It's like, okay. So I got me a new guitar yesterday, and I'm thrilled. And I didn't get to play too much of it last night, but hopefully tonight I'll get some time. Depends on how long this is. So let me show you the uke, the straps, and the Gretsch, and then we'll probably wrap this thing up. So this is my Fender Telecaster ukulele. They also make a Strat version. Got nice electronics, built-in tuner, you know. So very excited about that. I'm sure I will get more use out of that. Guitar strap number 1 we found. totally caught Dad's eye. He pointed it out. I was like, yeah, I like that. I get that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the one that caught my eye that I really dug too is this thing. Not exactly sure which guitar this will go on. This might go on my one of my Fender acoustics, my California series perhaps. I tend to do my more Spanish style playing on there, for lack of a better term, I guess. And then the big beefy baby, which depending on the light, it sometimes looks red, but it's definitely kind of orange. And it is electromatic with the Bigsby tremolo system. Nice humbuckers. And it's beautiful. And sounds gorgeous. Love it. It's actually very similar to the guitar Dad got me for Christmas though from the Eric Clapton video. It's honestly, it's pretty much the same guitar, except this has silver instead of, or whatever, I don't know if it's really silver gray instead of like gold tone pickups, and the fretboard is slightly designed different, just with the actual markings. I forget what those things are called. Probably pretty similar otherwise, but that's fine, because again, there's definitely some tone difference in certain styles of guitars. But for the most part, I like to have all these different guitars and different colors and all that, because it's really more about the writing and, what I feel like when I'm playing it. So like, I feel like when I'm playing this versus what I feel like when I'm playing one of these, I'm gonna write different things. I'm gonna come up with different things. So it's good to have a mix. And the same thing with the guitar tones. That's why I like my Boss pedal board with like the 250 different effects or whatever, so very cool. And I'm very excited to make some more beautiful music with this. This actually, I'm pretty sure this is gonna show up on the next EP. I've got a perfect song that I think this more full body sound is gonna work beautifully on. But that's that. I guess we do something to make a cocktail before we wrap up though, so we'll get to that. Okay, I hear Mary's not in bed yet, but it is 1:05 a.m. We're gonna make a drink. And then you know what, it's nice out, it's raining, but I'm gonna go fucking party on the deck. Fuck this hair, I hope I get rid of it tomorrow. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna make a Midori Sour. My towels are done, I don't know if you can hear the jingle. Still gotta get the trash out, still gotta edit this vlog. Everything's ready to edit except this part. So we take a lowball glass, or a rocks glass, put a little ice in it. We're gonna want 2 ounces of Midori Sour, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of lime juice, 1/4 cup each basically. And we're gonna stir that. We're gonna put 4 ounces of club soda on that, garnish with a maraschino cherry and a lime wedge. I happen to have one. So let's go ahead and get the Midori in there. Oh, it is gotten a wee bit sticky. I do like this stuff, melon liqueur. Alrighty. And I do feel as though maybe I should actually look at the recipe that I found just to be sure. Don't want to fuck this up too bad. We're doing so good. Melon liqueur, if you're unfamiliar. I did screenshot that, right? Okay, phew. All right, 2 ounces of Midori, 1/2 ounce lime, 1/2 ounce lemon, 2 ounces of club soda. I'm glad I thought that through. Okay. Okay, so here's my lemon juice. We want 1/2 ounce of this. Boom. I definitely squeezed more than I needed. Then we want 1/2 ounce of lime juice. I had to squeeze a whole other lime. Couldn't get away with what I had. Oh, and I just wasted a whole bunch because it just dribbled down. That's a mess for me to clean up later. All right, so we pour that in. Oh, give this a little stir. Find a tiny spoon. Jesus, it just splattered it out. Okay, we're gonna top with 2 ounces of soda water. Club soda. Because we in the club, so I think this is gonna be like a Sprite, basically. Not a lot of liquor in it, 2 ounces of liqueur. What is this, by the way? This is, like, what's the stuff on it? 20% alcohol by volume. Ugh, this is a pretty light drink. Garnish with cherry. Whoop. And it says a lime thing, but I got a lime wedge, so I'm gonna hit, oh, well, fine. And there you have it. a Midori Sour. See you later. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta taste it, obviously. I finished a bottle of wine. I mean, it looks okay. Looks very Herbert West. Bottoms up. Salud. Oh, that's really good. That tastes like a candy apple Jolly Rancher. Not quite as apple as one, but that's pretty much what I'm getting from this. That's pretty fucking tasty. That's so tasty, I may make another one of these. I definitely could have doubled this recipe. That is indeed, as the kids say, the tits. Do kids still say that? They should. Yeah, I really like that. I'm telling you, every cocktail I've made with Midori has been amazing. Japanese melon liqueur. And then I get to eat a cherry at the end. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let me go edit the stupid vlog. Bye. Oh, by the way, fuck you, AGT. Superstar's garbage. It's garbage. And who the fuck are these super fans? You know they're fucking producers, and you know they're full of shit. And they picked the worst fucking acts. The acts that were in the top 2, top 3 this week were literally buzzed and shat on by the judges. The ones that they got standing ovations were out immediately. What the fuck you? Okay. Bye. Okay, so I don't know if I did a cocktail or not. I'm honestly shooting the wrap up before we're done. Oh, by the way, there's the other Gretch that I was referencing. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming with me on the journey. Hopefully you're checking out my music. You know, hopefully this vlog's still satisfying. I would love to hear your feedback though. I'm considering if I do release the, you know, because they're still going to be fairly regular vlogs. I just might occasionally miss and might not cook in every single one of them, or at least nothing crazy. You know, we'll see how it's going. I'm just saying, give me the leeway, because I think I finally broken myself of all the feelings of requirements of the YouTube. You know, it's been slowly winding down for me. I'm not going, I like doing YouTube, but I like doing it on my own terms, you know. Never been a click chaser, never been a clickbaiter, you know, I do other baiting. I was gonna try and quickly think of something else that's baiting, but now I can't. Yeah, obviously I'm excited. I've been synthing it up on the big boy synth. I write with the tiny synth and I play on the big thing. There's the music stand up there. This is not where I actually record my vocals. I've just been doing temp passes to get a sense of, you know, how things are going to be sung and what needs to be changed, and start planning harmonies. But awesome. Okay, comment below, I guess. Let me know what you're thinking, if you got thoughts. Did I say what I was going to say about maybe moving the vlog? I did not. Thinking about moving it to Wednesdays instead of Fridays, more so because usually really cool trailers come out on Thursdays, and then I have to wait till Saturday to release them in my current schedule. So I'd rather be able to like throw you out some, like, if something cool drops on Thursday, like tomorrow, the Scream 6. By the time you see this, it'll be yesterday, but for me, tomorrow, the Scream 6 trailer will be out, and I probably won't put it out on my channel till Saturday. And if I'm gonna do any of this, I'd still like to, you know, try and strike while the iron's hot. You know, I mean, I don't 100% do it just to not get views, but I'm not that worried about what views I get, because again, not to feed anybody, but you know, a lot of times trolls will try to be like, oh, the numbers. It's like, I don't care about the numbers. Like, there's so much more to what I do here than the numbers. And even without getting numbers, because certain people have seen certain things, even certain things that get very little viewership, it has led to some really amazing connections and opportunities for me. Because you'd be surprised when you're just nice and reachable and affable with everybody, and it's pretty fun. I've made some incredible friends and made some new high-up contacts and things. So that's partially also why I want to keep doing this, because I like, especially with trailers, I like that I do tend to give some love and attention a lot of times. Obviously the big stuff, but to things that people aren't seeing, don't really know about. Anyways, let's get back to the wrap up. Comment below, let me know. Geek out with me in the comments. What do you think? Do you think moving to Wednesday is fine? Let me know. Love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And of course, Pardon the charging cable. We will get through this. We will get through this together. And before we get into the music thing, by the way, I was not a fan of John Fogerty until we went and saw him, I believe, open for ZZ Top. And I thought ZZ Top at the time was a little disappointing, but John Fogerty was fucking amazing. So I was like, yeah, I want a shirt. I was blown away by his live show. So I just thought I'd point that out in case people were like, oh, he's a John Fogerty fan. Well, I mean, recently, I guess. But yeah, my music, again, like I said, I beg you, please go. I mean, you know, just follow me on there for like a year or something. And once my numbers start getting up and the algorithm starts doing it, so we don't have to beg for it, then you can unfollow or whatever. You know, but throw me in some playlists, suggest me to friends, you know, like a couple of songs, things like that. That stuff goes so far in helping me be able to go further, which is all I really want to do. And as a reminder, I ain't doing it to get rich. I ain't doing it to get famous. I mean, sure, I'd like to make some money on it. I'm not going to be mad if it does. But ultimately, as much as all I really want to do is make enough money to put it on vinyl, because I want it on vinyl. And really, I'm just making it so it's out there. So, like, if I'm on my deathbed, I've said this many times, I'm not going to be sitting there being like, boy, I wish I'd reacted to one more trailer. I'm probably going to be sitting there, boy, I'd wish I'd made one more song. So it's like, why don't I get on that? Let's start making them so they're there. And then I can enjoy them years from now and be like, oh, yeah, I remember that song. Because I am my own biggest fan. You should be too if you're a creator, honestly. I think. Maybe that's not. To each their own. But yeah, please check it out. Look up Eric Butts anywhere you listen. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Pandora, all that stuff as well. But Spotify is where the focus is. The real big things are Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I'm learning about TikTok because I'm probably going to have to or want to get on TikTok to help get my music out there. Okay. Any tips or suggestions, by the way, if you've been through it? Love to hear it. All right. Also, film stuff website. I'm hoping I will be actually working on that this weekend so the website can get up and nice. It's going to be simplified and clean and focus on the music with some of the film background and YouTube and all that. Should be pretty easy to find over there. And TheEricButts.com or TheEricButts.com. They both take you to the same place. And of course, as always, there's more content and ways to support the channel with the links in the description below. So click that see more button to see more butts. And on that note, I got to get out of here. I want to process all this stuff and then I got to clean up some space to, I really got to fix the studio. That's the other thing. Very soon, I want to take all this out, move it to a different room, put more of my guitars, bring my amps over from my dad's. So my background's going to be different, but also that'll help me clean all this crap up so I have a little more room to work in here. And yeah, so I'm going to do all that and I'll see you all. I was going to do something fun and then I totally aspirated. And I'll see y'all later. Yeah. Eventually, I'm going to sing something like that in one of my songs. Okay, I'll see y'all. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye.